Part 2 of A Promise is a Debt. Be careful what you promise when you are laughing, because destiny has a strange sense of humor. One man joked, the other believed, and now, the joke had become a command. This is the moment where words spoken lightly return with full force. Listen closely, face to face with destiny. The guards brought the fisherman to the palace. He had never seen such walls, never walked on such polished floors, never stood before such power. And there he was, his old friend, no longer a fisherman, no longer poor. He sat on the throne, calm, confident, and unchanged inside. The king stood up, walked toward him, and smiled. Not a smile of revenge, not a smile of pride, a smile of remembrance. He said softly, "Do you remember the day we rested by the river?" The fisherman swallowed hard. The king continued, "You asked me what I wished for, and I told you my dream." The fisherman nodded slowly. Then the king said the words that froze his blood, "And you promised me something. The promise returns." The fisherman tried to laugh, but no sound came out. The king looked him in the eyes and said clearly, "You said that if I ever became the government, you would shave your head, ride a donkey naked, and go around the capital city." Silence filled the room. The fisherman's legs shook. That day by the river, he had spoken without thinking. Now, those words were standing before him, wearing a crown. No escape from words. The fisherman fell to his knees and begged, "My king, we were joking. I never believed." The king gently raised his hand. He said calmly, "I'm not angry with you. I do not hate you." Then he added, "But a man's word is his honor." The guards waited. The fisherman looked around. There was no escape. Not from the palace, not from the promise, not from destiny. The day humiliation walked the streets. The next morning, the entire capital city was restless. People gathered, whispers spread. Then they saw him, a man with a shaved head, no clothes, sitting on a donkey. The guards led the animal slowly through the streets. People laughed. Some pointed, some mocked. The fisherman lowered his head. Each step felt heavier than the last. That donkey carried more than a man. It carried regret, the price of mockery. As he passed through the city, he remembered that day by the river, how easily he laughed, how proudly he spoke. Now, the laughter belonged to others. He understood a painful truth. Never mock another person's dream. Never underestimate faith. Never promise what you are not ready to pay. The king stops the parade. When the parade ended, the king ordered the guards to stop. The fisherman was brought back to the palace. He expected punishment. He expected exile. But instead, the king looked at him and said, "You have fulfilled your promise." Then the king smiled and continued, "Now, it is my turn." The promise of reward. The fisherman looked up in disbelief. The king said, "I promised you a house on the highest hill in this country." The guards exchanged looks. The fisherman's eyes filled with tears. The king raised his voice and commanded, "Build him a house where the air is pure, where he can see the entire land, from Shame to Han." Days later, a house stood on the tallest hill. Fresh air, wide view, peaceful silence. The fisherman moved in. From that hill, he could see the rivers, the markets, the roads, and he finally understood. The humiliation was temporary. The reward was permanent. This story teaches us something powerful. Dreams mocked today may rule tomorrow. Faith plus action changes destiny. Words are seeds, they grow into reality. If you wish small, you limit what Allah can give you. But if you wish big and work with sincerity, Allah opens doors no one can close. But here is the deepest question. Why did one man rise from the river to the throne, while the other remained fishing for years? What separated belief from laughter? And how can you apply this lesson to your own life? In part 3, we will break down the secret behind success, faith, and divine timing. If this story opened your eyes, if it touched your heart, like this video, share it with someone who doubts their dreams. Subscribe and join this family, because part 3 will teach you how to move from wishing to becoming.